So
Yeah.
you are just so critical of yourself that
Hmm.
every single thing that you feel is not right becomes a negative limiting belief, becomes a negative emotion, becomes a trigger.
Hmm.
And it really causes you to live a life that's not full of that ease and flow, that calmness.
Yes, yes. I want to kind of give the audience an example of this just from my own life this morning. So I was speaking at a summit called the Personalized Business Advantage Summit, and my interview was scheduled for this morning. I had my topic like all outlined, and I know offers like the back of my hand, right? I know them. Like even I had notes, written down, and I got into the interview, and it just wasn't flowing the way I had hoped it was going to flow. It felt, I don't know, it felt forced, it felt rushed, it felt disjointed. It felt all of these things. And I got off of the interview, and, my immediate reaction was like, oh my God, Lori, that was horrible. Like you bombed that interview. And, you know, I was like, okay, if I bombed that interview, which who knows if I did, I don't even know. Like, if people listen to it, they may not think it was bombed at all. I am my worst critic. But I had to just say, okay, forgive myself for whatever I did that did not make that interview like flow the way I wanted it to flow, or even maybe the thoughts that I had in my head that were making it feel like I wasn't delivering my best work. Maybe I was just like energetically like disconnected to the host. I don't really know what it was, but these are the types of things that show up in business, and often stop us or just create stress, like you said. Like, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing, like in business. Like, I don't know, probably 90% of the stress that we have in business is self-inflicted. It's because we're struggling internally with our own self.
Yeah. So those thoughts that you had when they
Hmm.
came up,
Hmm.
something I made up, and it was just almost my self-preservation of myself, was when I start that like a hose, like you've got a water hose, and it just
Hmm.
constant negative thoughts keep coming, because when you think negative thoughts, it actually brings about negative things happening in your life, because your unconscious mind says, oh, she feels that every podcast is going to, I'm just making up, that
Right.
every podcast, I'm going to bomb on every podcast. So if you kept thinking that, oh, I'm just not good at podcasting, oh, I don't know how to talk, I mean, whatever you're
Right.
thinking, and continue to do that, things are going to happen and opportunities are going to come forward to keep proving that that's true. Because your unconscious mind, one of the prime directives of it is to protect you and
Mm.
to prove you right. So if you keep thinking the negative thoughts are going to keep happening. So what I thought about was, as you are aware, because awareness is key, and that's
Right.
really the first step, is as you're knowing, oh my God, I keep thinking these negative thoughts, just say out loud, or if you're alone, you can do that if you're alone, but if you're
Right.
not, in your head, say, plug the hose. It's almost like trying to put a stopper to it and putting a phrase to it where you say, plug the hose, just plug the hose, and then taking a moment to think about what you're thinking about and turning it and flipping it. Reframing it is what we
Reframe.
call it in the NLP world, right? Where saying, I know what I'm talking about. I do a
Hmm.
great job at communicating.
Hmm.
I've learned a lesson from perhaps my own perceived idea that this wasn't up to my standards. Fine, then I will think about it and I'll put something in place to make sure it doesn't happen again. But I love myself enough that I
Hmm.
know that I am really good at what I do, and I have a lot of good information to be able to share. I trust in my own abilities. And so going forward, I'm great on podcasts, just saying it
Right.
as though, turning everything and flipping it on its side. Yeah.
Right. Right.